Hi friends! Welcome to this special edition of Trash Talk. I am Rebecca Sir, the City of Bay City's marketing specialist, alongside our special guest, Glenn Raleigh.
Hello everyone, Glenn Raleigh. I'm the supervisor of beautiful Bangor Township.
I knew you were going to say that because you always say it's beautiful because it is.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful. And of course we have Tim. Tim works for us. Tim Patso and
Parks and Environmental Affairs Manager for the city.
yes, fancy title. Mine's
Not a
special.
fancy person though.
Well, whatever. We think you're fancy. Okay, so we were here. You might be thinking, like, why do we have a special guest? Because this is about Bay City Recycles. Well, the really cool thing is we are Bay City and beyond. So Bay City Recycles Drop-Off Center, we were going to be there until this lovely storm rolled through, so we decided to bring it inside to City Hall where it's nice and quiet and air conditioned, I might add.
And dry.
This is nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about Bay City and beyond. We know that city residents can use our Bay City Recycles Drop-Off Center, but so can people in beautiful Bangor Township.
You don't have to necessarily live in the city of Bay City to take advantage of some of the fine resources that you have.
And let's talk about that, Tim, because when we opened this facility, the goal here was to have it not just be for us, it's for everyone in the region or whoever would like to utilize it, and this is kind of showing that this is possible.
Yeah, over the last several years since we opened, we've tried to model after Midland Recyclers, Carroll Recycling, and offer recycling opportunities for people within the region. You know, I mean, one of our number one customers comes from Sanford because she works in town here, so it's pretty cool. You know, it's.
And obviously you have weekly trash pickup, you said every other week recycling pickup from Waste Management.
Yep, we are blessed to have great partners with Waste Management, and they do a great job.
Yeah.
But they are limited in some of the things that they have. And let's just use for an example, when you put your recycling out before 7 o'clock in the morning, of course.
Yes.
And the truck comes and they pick up the recycled material, and it's like, oh my goodness, you've got cords in here. These are tanglers, we cannot accept these.
Mm-hmm.
So your options are rather limited. You know, you either just hold on to them forever, or you throw them in the trash and then they're off to the waste fill, or to the landfill.
Forever.
Exactly.
Forever.
Yep.
So luckily, with the resources that you folks provide, those of you that are hoarding your tanglers and you've been waiting to recycle those cords, you now have a resource where you can take them to the Bay City Recycling Center.
Especially if we're talking holiday lights, because we like to take those and recycle those
Yeah.
every season. But what are some of the things that you hear from residents as far as things that perhaps, there are things here and in your community that can't go curbside? What are some of the things that people may call you about and wonder, like, can I put this in my bin or do I have to take it somewhere? Like, what do you hear from people?
Biggest call I get is, what do I do with this old TV or old electronics? And we used to have a group that would get together and we'd have a electronics recycling day, and it would happen about, maybe once a year. We really haven't had those in quite some time, and I know that the need is definitely there. So I'd say that's the biggest question I get is, where do I put these old TVs? Where can I take them? So you are providing a solution to that issue.
That's something that we do recycle. So our drop-off recycling center does single stream recycling, and we get a lot of people from apartment complexes and stuff using that service. But the whole purpose of the drop-off center is the hard to recycle stuff: the polystyrene foam, the e-waste, the batteries, paint. Who knew paint could be recycled? But instead of throwing it away and putting it in the landfill forever, we can recycle that, turn it back into paint again.
And we've partnered before, and then I can't remember what year, whether it was 2021 or 2020, but we had various drop-off sites, I think during the peak of the pandemic, when we couldn't all congregate in one place, and you had a drop-off at your office.
That was tremendously successful, so
Yes.
much so I had a hard time pulling into the parking lot. It's that's great, but another perfect example of the partnership that we have. And you mentioned paint. That's a great resource, because we can throw away paint, but you have to take the top off, and you have to have sand, or you can add kitty litter, you can add concrete, and you make it so the liquid's not a liquid, it's not. My God, if I could just drop it off to you, yeah, sold. I'll be there tomorrow morning.
And like we talked about, who doesn't have 20 gallons of paint in the basement under the stairs? Almost everyone does.
I think I do for every room in the house that, we painted it. We're keeping it just in case. You just never know when you might need that paint.
Touch up. You never know.
Honestly, I have done that. But anyway, but it's not just with recycling. Like, we in Bay County, we like to do things together. I mean, this isn't just a one-hit wonder. We really do collaborate and figure out the best way to serve all of our residents, no matter where they live.
I think all municipalities all over have done a great job of working themselves down to a skeleton crew and being able to provide the very best we can with the little bit of money possible. So we've almost forced ourselves into partnerships where we can all work together to get something done, and it's worked out great.
Yeah. On many levels, where we are efficient, you know, the group of people is a lot better than one.
Absolutely right.
So.
And Tim, is this kind of what you envisioned before we opened the facility, that we would have partners like this and people from all over would use our facility?
I go every day just for the hell of it, to look at the appointments, who's coming in. I'm looking at the addresses to see where they're coming from and outside the city, and that's exactly what I envisioned. I didn't think it would just be city residents, and was happy seeing that come alive.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that. But one thing you do need to know, whether you live in Bay City or beautiful Bangor Township, is you need to make an appointment. And you can make an appointment to use our Bay City Recycles drop-off center by going to www.baycityrecycles.org, and then you click on drop-off and you follow the prompts. You put in like your name, address. You kind of select the items that you think you're going to drop off, whether it's recycling items or items that have to go in the trash. And we give you an estimate on how much it may cost. Some items are free, like polystyrene foam and grocery bags. Other items, there is a fee associated with that, but you don't pay until you come to our facility and actually drop off the items at your appointment, because you might not have it categorized right or what have you. So, anything else you guys want to say about us working together, or just the fact that it's available to your residents? I mean, we're next door.
I think that's really one of the biggest problems. Is it's one of the best kept secrets, and hopefully this is going to be help out that. So I'm sure everybody's going to tell a friend about this fabulous service. But we've done a terrible job of spreading the word on this one. So let's really apply ourselves. Let's get it out to the masses. Shout it from the rooftop that hey, we've got some resources here in Bay City that we need to take advantage of.
You need to stop by more often, Glenn. I like this. That's
what do you guys do next week?
Yeah.
I got a park I could use some help.
The one thing that I want to add is that it's not just recyclables. So the drop-off recycle center is, we have the transfer station portion too. So we do take construction debris and stuff like that. So if you don't want to drive to the local landfill or don't want to risk a tire or something like that, we do have options for that too. That's a very common product that we have brought to us. So.
Construction materials make my telephone ring often too, because that's something that we don't do. So once again, another resource that we have.
We do so much, it's hard to remember it all.
Exactly right.
So, I mean, age ruins that too. We can't remember everything, but whatever. It's neither here nor there. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, Glenn, for making the trip
Thank
over
you very
here.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
And Tim, as always, thank you.
You're welcome.
That is it for Trash Talk today. I don't even know what our next topic is, but we'll see you in the beginning of August for something else I'm sure you'll find fascinating. So, thank you for watching. And
bye, everyone.
Thanks, friends. Thanks for joining.